This is Nightline. Tonight, Hayden Panettiere's mother speaks out.
I would say to the haters out there, you don't have a right to tell me how I mourn the loss of my second child. That's my domain.
The emotional ABC News exclusive
It just doesn't feel real.
on grieving the loss of her daughter
I need a minute, guys.
and their complicated relationship. The ultimatum she says she gave Hayden the last time they spoke.
What was the truth about your relationship?
Plus, the Kardashian connection.
These are me and my sister's OG girlfriends who know where all the bodies are buried.
Oh my God!
She's one of Khloe K's BFFs, who once graced the cover of Sports Illustrated, now starring in a reality show about their inner circle.
Khloe is kind of like the glue to us all.
How the series tested their friendships. From ABC News headquarters in New York, this is Nightline.
Thanks for joining us. Tonight, the exclusive interview with Hayden Panettiere's mom, a little over a week since her daughter's untimely passing at just 36. Leslie Vogel sharing with ABC's Rhiannon Alley why she and her daughter were estranged when Hayden died.
How are you doing?
It's a process, and I think it will probably hit me later on. I would say to the haters out there, you don't have a right to tell me how I mourn the loss of my second child. That's my domain.
Leslie Vogel, grappling with grief after losing both her adult children in the last few years, opening up about the moment she got the news that her daughter, actress Hayden Panettiere, had died in a South Carolina apartment last week at just 36 years old.
What was that moment like for you?
I was numb. I was just numb. I just couldn't feel anything. I still am not grasping this as real. It just doesn't feel real. My mind tells me it's not at times. You know, it's gonna be a process. I need a minute, guys.
According to the police report, Hayden's on and off again boyfriend Brian Hickerson and his brother Zach were also at the apartment when she was found. Police say the brothers called 911.
Having cardiac arrest, CPR is in progress.
Authorities say their preliminary investigation points to no evidence of foul play, but the DEA has now joined the case. Brian had previously pleaded no contest in 2021 to felony charges of injuring a partner connected to incidents involving Hayden. According to Leslie, the relationship with Brian accelerated in 2018 after Hayden handed over custody of her then 4-year-old daughter Kaya to her ex-fiancé Vladimir Klitschko.
The situation with Hayden and Vlad and their daughter, that was a very difficult period for her. Vlad had taken over custody, for safety. In my opinion, that was the catalyst that she just couldn't keep those demons away. I think she struggled, and Brian came into her life. She was vulnerable.
The mother-daughter duo intertwined personally and professionally from the time Hayden first appeared on screen, first starring in commercials at just 11 months old.
I'm so happy.
At 8, she had a recurring role in the soap Guiding Light.
I had to do it, Daddy. I had to.
And earned a Grammy nomination 3 years later for voicing Dot in A Bug's Life.
Dot! Yes, Mother.
What did I tell you about trying to fly?
Not until my wings grow in.
But her breakout role came in the hit sci-fi series Heroes.
There's no burns.
Oh, I'm always nice.
Hayden then starring as a country pop star in Nashville, earning her 2 Golden Globe nominations.
This is one of my faves. This is from In the Limousine on the way to the premiere of A Bug's Life.
Leslie sharing several photos of Hayden's early life with us.
You said people don't know the truth about your and Hayden's relationship. What was the truth about your relationship?
I would say Hayden had a very happy life up until she got Heroes at 16. So here she was, the star of a major TV series, But I would say at about 17, I started seeing her going downhill. As she got older, then it wasn't my voice anymore. I wasn't in charge of her choices. I tried to give her the best advice I could. But again, you know, any young person, teen, they want to be liberated. And I get that. I did get that.
Hayden and her mom were estranged in the star's final months. 1 year ago, her mom says she went to stay with Hayden to help her. She said Hayden wanted out of her relationship with Brian.
She knew that Brian was toxic. She knew she had to get him out of her life.
Hayden had talked about that relationship on the Tamron Hall show earlier this year.
This was during the peak of abuse, and that's how I was processing it and handling the anxiety. And addicts want a quick fix.
You were in a relationship. The person, number of public incidents, arrests, and painful moments, and you were self-medicating through this pain.
It wasn't just physical, it was manipulative. The psychological abuse that she was enduring. And he seemed very charming at first, which was very, it made it very easy to pull the wool over someone's eyes.
After pleading no contest to felony abuse charges, Brian recently told TMZ he had regrets, but they were still friends.
I went into such a dark place, man. Drugs, alcohol, abuse. Good God Almighty.
But Vogel says things took a turn during her time with Hayden last year. After about 6 weeks together, she noticed Hayden pulling away, so she went back to her home in Florida.
What made you leave? What happened
Well,
between the two of you?
When I got the phone call from her saying, I'm going to be with the person I love. And I said, I just lost it. I lost it. I could not believe that she had gone that far back, that he had been successful in reeling her back in with all of the things he had done to her.
Vogel says Hayden was seeing Brian again. She gave Hayden an ultimatum on the advice of her therapist.
I basically said, if you are accepting Brian back into your life, I cannot be in your life. I cannot communicate as long as this is happening.
And that was the beginning of their estrangement.
I needed it. I needed to have that pocket of time. Of course, I thought it was going to be a pocket of time. I did not, by any stretch of the imagination, think that this was going to happen to Hayden. I don't know why, I just didn't. Maybe I didn't want to.
Hayden released a book about her life, This Is Me, A Reckoning, back in May. She came to Nightline to promote the memoir in what would be one of her final interviews.
This is the first time where I'm walking out. It's my very raw self. I'm not promoting a project or a character that I played. This is the raw version of me.
In the book, she recalls telling her mom at 19 that she didn't want Vogel to manage her career anymore, and Vogel replied, "You owe me." Vogel remembers that moment, but says her version doesn't match Hayden's.
I remember being in her trailer and literally saying nothing. I knew that day would come. It's not that I didn't expect it, but it was very short, very brief conversation, and then she turned and went to set.
Did it hurt to read that in the book?
You know, it just, I know I didn't say what she said I said.
Vogel lost her son Jansen in 2023, just 28. He was Hayden's little brother.
You've now lost 2 children in a short amount of time.
Yeah.
Where do you go from here?
Just trying to I think you just have to find that inner strength. I have been knocked down throughout my life, and I'm not complaining because I have the strength to get back up. And that really is, it's not if we fall, it's how we get back up that defines who we are.
Vogel says that while her current focus is on the investigation into Hayden's death, she will be planning a celebration of her life down the road.
What do you want Hayden to be remembered for?
I want Hayden to be remembered for the talented, beautiful, outgoing, intelligent woman she really was. But I also want people to understand that it is my belief that she was suffering. Now, that doesn't make sense, because when you look at a beautiful girl who's got an incredible career, even though it has had its ups and downs, but you look at that big picture and you go, why would you be suffering? People don't understand that you can have on the exterior all of this, but that doesn't mean that what's going on in here matches.
Our thanks to Rhiannon. Up next, we switch gears with a peek inside the new Khloe Kardashian project about her inner circle with one of her besties.
These are me and my sister's OG girlfriends who know where all the bodies are buried.
Oh my God!
Welcome back. We all know the Kardashians made their reality TV gold. And now Khloe is bringing her friends into the mix. We're with one of her besties, a model, mother, a wag herself, telling us what it's like, really, to be inside Khloe's inner circle and what happens when those big personalities and friendships get tested. She sat down to dish with ABC's Diane Macedo.
The Kardashian clan knows reality TV.
Oh my God, I'm gonna cry. My God,
Hold on.
Nearly 20 years since Keeping Up with the Kardashians made them household names, Hulu's The Kardashians is still documenting their every move. And Khloe Kardashian is no stranger to keeping it real. The highs,
Khloe's turning 40.
And the lows. Like her marriage and then divorce from former NBA star Lamar Odom.
It's not fair. It's not fair that this is even something that I think anyone has to go through.
Through it all, Khloe's friends have often appeared with her on screen. Now she's bringing some of them together for The Girls, a new reality series she's executive producing and narrating.
These are me and my sister's OG girlfriends who know where all the bodies are buried.
One of those girlfriends is a model and fashion designer and one of America's most famous wags, Nicole Williams English.
My husband is Larry English. He's a retired NFL player. He played for the Chargers and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
How did you and Khloe become friends?
I think that I met Kim first, and then I met Khloe. Khloe is kind of like the glue to us all. You know, she's like our middle friend who brings us all together. And yeah, we've just been friends for a long time, and it's been over 10 years for sure.
The 42-year-old is one of 6 stars in Khloe's inner circle, opening up their own lives to the cameras.
You've said The Girls is like an LA version of Sex and the City. So which character would you say you are?
I want to say I'm like the Carrie Bradshaw.
Okay.
I really do. I have a closet full of like 1,000 shoes on my wall. And I'm just like, I feel like I'm a city girl.
The bonds I have with my girls are unbreakable. But what about their bonds with each other?
Nicole is no stranger to the spotlight. She went toe-to-toe with fellow wives and girlfriends of famous athletes on Wags LA in 2015.
After I'm done hanging out with Larry because he just got here. Okay, cool. Walk away. Bye. Walk away, Nat. Bye.
What was it like to go back in front of the cameras 10 years later?
It's like getting back on a bike. I feel like on Wags 10 years ago, I was a little bit more insecure. Larry and I were still kind of new. We've been married for 9 years, together for 14. My daughter's 3. So there's just so much for the world to see, like as far as growth.
It's so funny because we used to always joke, and when I first got Sports Illustrated, he was like, I have a Sports Illustrated model wife? What?
She's also modeled for Sports Illustrated since 2022, first revealing her pregnancy by walking the Sports Illustrated runway, then posing at 7 months pregnant in 2023.
It was mind-blowing that they actually wanted me when I was pregnant. I thought it was like game over for me, but my husband was like, no, just like keep going. You're gonna, I have a good feeling about this.
And finally this year, Nicole is Sports Illustrated's cover model.
I actually got to find out while we were filming. I just broke down. This is something that I've been dreaming about for over 20 years. This was my 4th year shooting before I got the cover.
Has being on camera changed any of the relationships, or have you been surprised at all by how anyone's shown up on camera?
I think that like anything, when you put a group of girls together, there's conflict. Tensions are high sometimes, boundaries are crossed, but all in all, we love each other and we're all friends.
It's going to be a little clicky.
Crossing boundaries and being vulnerable, showing up throughout the series as friendships are formed and tested.
People think Larry's cheating on Nicole.
We need to ask her. I don't want to talk about our sex life.
What are some of the challenges you've faced in that dynamic?
Well, I would say I'm more of like, I guess, the middleman, because I am like the peacekeeper. I don't really like conflict. I don't like fighting with my friends. And so whenever the girls are having tension or having conflict, I try my best to see both sides.
And while Nicole says that peacekeeping doesn't always work, she says these are genuine friendships bringing something different to reality TV.
We have a history of being a vault of secrets for the most famous people in the world.
Now the vault is officially open, and Nicole's hoping viewers might see themselves again in her story.
We're just like everybody else, you know? We like to have fun. We also have a lot of other things going on in our lives, divorces, makeups, breakups, fights, and we're just like everybody, and I feel like that's very relatable, and I think that they're gonna love that.
Our thanks to Diane. The Girls is now streaming on Disney Plus and Hulu. When we come back, it's a going away party with a twist. What's behind the latest trend for parents whose kids are about to leave the nest? And finally tonight, trust me when I say becoming an empty nester is a time full of emotion. Now there's a new trend that has kids turning the tables with a surprise for their parents. Here's ABC's Will Gans with tonight's Nightlight.
Typically, college drop-off looks something like this scene from Modern Family.
We're family. I'll try to make you proud. You already have.
Let me in here!
But a new trend has kids flipping the script and celebrating their parents with empty nest parties.
She celebrates a lot of milestones for us, and I wanted to be able to give her some of that back.
Avery Engelman teaming up with her siblings to celebrate their mom on the eve of her becoming an empty nester.
It was wonderful. I was so surprised and at the same time so grateful. I had 3 letters from each one of my kids. I think it's one of the best gifts I've ever had.
Some college-bound kiddos decorating with childhood photos, signs, and nostalgic decor, often incorporating their parents' favorite treats and thank you notes into their own empty nest parties, which have now racked up millions of views on TikTok. Lauren Nelson secretly set up her parents' party in the basement, telling mom and dad there was a leak to get them both to go down there.
First, we were just thrilled that there was no water leak in the basement and touched. A lot of details went into it. It was just so thoughtfully put together.
Seeing you guys able to celebrate together after like all the hard work you guys have put in just made me like so emotional.
Lauren's now at the University of Georgia, but the send-off is still keeping the Kaler family spirits bright, even if the house is a little quieter these days.
For Lauren to be mature enough and wise enough to kind of reflect and do something like this, it just sums up Lauren.
I want a party. Our thanks to Will. That's Nightline. Thanks for staying up with us. Good night, America.